Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this smoky Friday, October 3rd. I'm Casey Safford, and Grant Olson has been kind enough to allow me to anchor our newscast tonight in honor of today being my last day as a reporter with NCWLIFE. We've got a lot of interesting stories coming up for you. Here's a sneak peek. The weather outlook tonight has crews at the Lower Sugarloaf Fire on high alert. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has identified the employee who was allegedly involved in a domestic violence incident this week. This weekend is currently projected to be sunny and cool, but meteorologists say that may change with wind gusts potentially sweeping in this evening. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. The weather outlook tonight has crews at the Lower Sugarloaf Fire on high alert. Northwest Incident Team 10 spent much of today shoring up containment lines on that fire north of Wenatchee, which is 55% contained and approaching 40,000 acres. They were preparing for a red flag warning today from the National Weather Service that calls for extremely high wind gusts, which could push those flames to the southeast. In a briefing to firefighters this morning, meteorologist Stephen Bodner with Team 10 said the real risk starts between 6 and midnight.
That's where things are going to really start to crank. We're going to see sustained winds in some areas that are aligned, especially Whiskey, Uniform, Sierra, with areas sustained winds about 15 to maybe even up to 25 miles an hour. And those will be accompanied by gusts of 30, 35 miles an hour. Outside chance we even touch 40 in some spots. My ensemble models show about a 95% chance of getting gusts greater than 30 miles an hour for those divisions down here where we do have the alignment. So after midnight, it's not going to go calm, but we're going to start to lose that probability of seeing those gusts over 30. It's going to remain breezy through the night.
Lower Sugarloaf is one of two fires threatening the Wenatchee Valley. Fire managers say the Labor Mountain Fire, which has burned almost 38,000 acres to the west of Wenatchee, is likely to have less wind and slower spread overnight. Highway 97 at Blewett Pass remains closed to traffic while crews there continue to remove burned and hazardous trees to make highway reopening possible. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has identified the employee who was allegedly involved in a domestic violence incident this week. He is Corrections Deputy Nicholas Eifert, who was sworn in to begin his work at the Grant County Jail back in March. This photo shows Eifert on the left with Grant County Sheriff Joe Crete at his swearing-in ceremony. Eifert was off duty at the time of the altercation, which the agency says took place in Soap Lake and yesterday became the subject of a misdemeanor case filed in Grant County District Court. He has been placed on leave while the matter is investigated by the Soap Lake Police Department alongside the insurance consultant for the Sheriff's Department. Governor Bob Ferguson has condemned the sudden termination of more than $1.1 billion in federal funding for Washington clean energy projects. The Trump administration, under Energy Secretary Chris Wright, announced Wednesday it would pull back about $7.6 billion set aside for projects in 16 states. The Washington earmarks would have helped pay for 11 projects, including $1 billion towards the establishment of a hydrogen distribution network for the Northwest. The Douglas County PUD was primed to become a key partner in that network, which would have included a fuel facility slated for development in Moses Lake. Ferguson called the cancellation outrageous and said he'll work with Attorney General Nick Brown to fight the administration in court. Wenatchee Valley College has received a $2.9 million grant to grow and strengthen its nursing program over the next 4 years. The funding comes from the U.S. Health Resources and Services Administration and is designed to help ease the nursing shortage in north central Washington. The money will go towards scholarships, new faculty positions, and support services to help nursing students. It will also fund state-of-the-art simulation equipment and electronic medical record software, giving the students realistic hands-on training. College leaders say the investment will prepare more highly skilled nurses and bolster the region's healthcare workforce. The grant program will be managed by the college's nursing director, Dr. Jenny Freese, and grant director, Jessica Bravo Perez. When we come back, Sheriff Paul Boudreau of Okanagan County gave honors this week to Christina Woodworth, leader of the county's search and rescue team, and Clyde Pingborn is being remembered this weekend as East Wenatchee marks the 94th anniversary of a daring flight into history. I'm Casey Safford, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or a relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa. Be sure to stop by this month and ask about a hot spring spa rebate. Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Sheriff Paul Boudreau of Okanagan County gave honors this week to Christina Woodworth, leader of the county's search and rescue team. Woodworth and her nearly all volunteer responders have helped out in 26 search and rescue calls this year, including the fatal accident in May that killed 3 climbers when they fell from early winter spire near Mazama. That amounts to more than 500 hours in the field. Woodworth says 2026 is shaping up to be the busiest year for search and rescue operations in the state's history. Every fall, the Chelan County Public Works Department puts its 5 road crews together for the equipment rodeo. This week, the road operators met at the county shop in Wenatchee to compete in 3 categories: backhoe, loader, and truck. 5 workers took home prizes this year for their performance on the obstacle course. County Road Superintendent Ed Grant explained what the day was all about.
Got anywhere from 30 to 60 of our employees out here. Just a great fun day. Get these guys a little more training, some crew camaraderie. Just an overall fun event for these guys to get out there and show some of their skills and talents in a little friendly competition. Typically, we go to the state competition after this. We're not doing that this year, but maybe in the future. And then if they do good at the state competition, then they get to go off to nationals and compete against other counties from all over the nation.
Clyde Pangborn is being remembered this weekend as East Wenatchee marks the 94th anniversary of a daring flight into history. On October 3, 1931, Pangborn and co-pilot Hugh Herndon, Jr. began the first nonstop airplane flight between Japan and the United States. Flying a Belanca skyrocket monoplane called Miss Vidal, the pair belly landed outside East Wenatchee on October 5th after more than 41 hours in the air. Their landing completed the first airplane crossing over the Pacific Ocean, setting a milestone in aviation history. Clyde Pangborn's name now adorns our regional airport. The flight is also the basis for the Sister City Agreement that's been in place between Massawa and the Wenatchee Valley since 1981. Coming up next, the magical hippie Cricalium Ferry Cafe and Boutique has officially relocated to Wenatchee from Leavenworth. Will gusts of wind disrupt our projected cool and sunny weekend? Meteorologists say it's possible. Our morning showman Dan Coots is coming up with your local weather, as well as Eric Grandstrom with all the day's sports as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues when we come back after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Edible butterflies, vegan-friendly entrees, and tortillas of purple and pink are only a few of the offerings from a new business opening on Wenatchee Avenue next Friday. The magical hippie Cricalium Fairy Cafe and Boutique has officially relocated to Wenatchee from Leavenworth and brought with it a unique experience for consumers. Kristen Lopez, her husband Alvaro, and their longtime friend Adrian Myers are ready and excited to introduce the Wenatchee Valley to their wide array of menu items and merchandise.
We opened in Leavenworth June of last year, 2024, and we were open up until January. We had some issues with continuing the lease and being able to grow like as an establishment, and the space was only 300 square feet, so not a lot of room to like move. There was no restroom in there, so it was very hard to be open a full day and have to close and then run to like the porta potties if you have to go to the bathroom. And so we just kind of made the decision we were just going to let the lease go and find somewhere else. We actually weren't even looking Wenatchee because like I looked on Craigslist and I couldn't find anything, so we were going to look in Seattle. And I think he had actually seen, like as he was passing by, the number in the window saying that there was spaces available for rent, and the owner of the building called us and he's like, well, we already have someone for this space, but if something happens and they don't sign a contract, we'll call you. The day we were going to sign a lease for Seattle, he calls us and he's like, our space just opened up if you want it.
Well, I just love how we've been able to decorate it. I mean, there's so much more space to just, put murals and flowers. It's been a lot of fun, although, a lot more work. The first space was a lot of work too, but this is bigger.
So for viewers who might not be familiar, could you please explain the term Cricalium or Cricalium in your business title?
Cricalium, so it's Latin for creating beautiful things. So not only are we going to be like a cafe, but we have a makeup company that we established in 2018. So there's a lot of like bright makeup that changes colors. It's a vegan, cruelty-free formula. So when we officially named it that, it was meaning like, because all of the makeup is handmade by us. So we created something beautiful, and then it kind of like led into the drinks that we were making. Like they were really beautiful. So it kind of just like covers everything. So for makeup wise, we have like eyeshadows, lip glosses, lashes, highlighters, like literally anything that you want, we pretty much have. We have a lot of it. And then food and drink, we'll have like your mocktails, coffee drinks, like lemonade. It's just like a big variety of different drinks.
I just have to interject. When she says coffee drinks, she's really downplaying how amazing these things are. If you see a close-up of one of these drinks, it's just, basically like a castle of a drink.
Fairy is also like, they indulge as well. So we'll be offering like briskets, chicken, pork, shrimp tacos, fish tacos.
It seems like, there's really been an emphasis for us on the experience of customers coming in. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of places in Wenatchee that serve great food, but I mean, that's definitely something we want to do, but we really want people to have a unique experience here. I mean, I know that it branched off from, our original cosmetics business, but it's very much in the same spirit. I mean, we wanted something that's, very fairy themed, very whimsical, something that just kind of warms your heart when you walk in,
Happy Friday, television family. Dan Kuntz filling in for Grant Olson. He'll be back Tuesday of next week. He's going to go watch his beloved Bills in Buffalo. It's one of those bucket list things for Grant. Have fun, my friend. And somebody from Sky-Fi, go up there and clean that thing off, will you? We need a good dosing rain to get the bird stuff off the lens. No rain in the forecast, sorry. 171 AQI as we do the weather. It's been nasty all day. It started out bad, never really got much better than that. We may even have some smoke issues tomorrow. The big story I'm going to tell you about in just a couple of minutes is the cold front, and there it is. There's the Lower Sugarloaf Fire. There's us right down there. We're right in the bullseye. Very robust winds northwest to southeast, which is going to blow right through here. At the actual location of the fire, they could see gusts for an extended period of time tonight at 40 miles an hour. That smoke's got to go someplace, folks, and it's coming right towards us. Plus, it's a cold air mass, so we're going to see relative humidities below normal for this time of the year and some pretty chilly temperatures coming up this weekend. It's official, the warmest September ever since they started keeping records. They crammed all the data. Out comes this. Our average temperature for the month of September, 71 degrees, almost 7 degrees above normal. The warmest September since they started keeping records. Yes, it was warm, and yep, bone dry too. We really need the rain. It's probably not going to happen. Sorry, folks. Cold air is coming our way. Your almanac for today, 70 unofficially at Papang-Bohr Memorial Airport, just 1 degree above normal. Our new normal high temperature now is at 69 degrees, and we continue to lose about 3.5 minutes of daylight a day. So we're going to see some cooler temperatures, but it doesn't seem to temper down the fires a great deal. All right, high temperatures for tomorrow across the board. A lot cooler than today because this is a cold air mass that's coming in. So people are going to be a little chillier, just a few degrees for the Wenatchee Valley. Everybody just a few degrees cooler tomorrow than today. Sunday is going to be even cooler than that because what's going to happen is high pressure is going to reestablish itself, and that cold air that's coming in overnight tonight is going to get trapped, and it's not going to go anywhere. So there's that ridge of high pressure. It's really not going to do much of anything for the rest of the day today. In fact, as you look at the map as we go through our 7-day forecast, you'll notice that high ridge of high pressure is just going to get bigger and no pressure gradients, which means no wind. Saturday, a little bit of wind coming in, not very much. It'll be leftover wind from this cool front that's coming in tonight. So it's still a little breezy. They're thinking maybe on Saturday morning, should taper off by Saturday afternoon with a high of 67. We're going to be even cooler by about 3 or 4 degrees on Sunday, and the overnight lows are going to be well below normal. Look at that, 41 for the overnight low. We're only going to get to 62. Lots of sunshine, very pleasant, but a little on the chilly side this time of the year. Maybe the leaves will start changing colors. And they're pretty confident, as you can see, that ridge of high pressure ain't going anywhere. It's just going to sit there. It's going to sleep on your couch and eat your food. And it's going to do that all the way through till about Tuesday, late in the day till Wednesday. Computer models are a little much in disagreement on what's going to happen from Wednesday to Thursday of next week. But basically, starting tomorrow, lots and lots of sunshine. Still could deal with some residual smoke. Again, this is a ridge of high pressure, which means there won't be any place for the smoke to go. No wind, no rain. Smoke goes up, smoke goes down. It sounds like I just wrote a country song. All the way through until Tuesday, and then things get a little, guessy. The computer models are not quite agreeing what's going to happen come Wednesday and Thursday. They think we'll warm up a little bit, but that'll be from the southwest flow bringing warmer air into us as opposed to just radiant heat, because the days, of course, are getting considerably shorter. So radiant heat really isn't going to be much of an issue. Any kind of warmth we get comes from elsewhere and pays us a visit, kind of like that high pressure ridge that doesn't want to go away. So again, once we get into Tuesday night, into Wednesday and Thursday, things are a little, we don't know yet. Right now, it looks like we'll probably cloud out. There is a chance, a 40% chance right now of a chance of rain on Thursday and Friday. Don't hold your breath. 7-day forecast brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee. Comfort, care, and community, they all come together. And to learn more, visit colonialvistasl.com. There you go, folks. Again, we could see some smoke on Saturday. A lot of it depends on exactly how big the area fires get later on tonight. It's going to be very windy tonight. Hold on to your horses, and then cool weather, 67, 62, back up to 67 on Monday. A nice, pleasant warming trend. We need rain. We need it bad. We're in a historic drought. There's nary a drop to be had. Sorry, folks. That's your forecast. Eric Granstrom has a whole bunch of sports. Don't believe me? Just stick around. He's next. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between High school sports is back this fall on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch Eastmont, Wenatchee, and Cashmere games right here. Coverage is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Watch high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Time for a Friday Sports Extended here on the NCWLIFE channel. It's on to the division round for the Major League Baseball playoffs. The wild cards wrapped up yesterday. Detroit advanced to face Seattle with a 6-3 win in Cleveland. The Cubs held on to beat San Diego 3-1. Yankees blanked the Red Sox 4-0 to advance. Milwaukee will host Chicago Saturday at 11:08 in the morning on TBS in Game 1 of their NLDS. New York travels to Toronto Saturday at 1:08 p.m. That'll be on Fox. The Dodgers play in Philly at 3:38 in the afternoon. That'll be on TBS. Meanwhile, the Mariners will host Detroit in Game 1 of their ALDS Saturday at 5:38 on FS1. Seattle has a 4-2 record against the Tigers this season, including a sweep in Detroit just before the All-Star break. Game 2 is set for Sunday at T-Mobile Park. That'll be at 5:08, also on FS1. Washington's looking to bounce back after its first loss of the college football season last weekend at number 1 Ohio State. The Huskies are in Maryland to face the Terrapins tomorrow at 12:30. That'll be on the Big Ten Network. Eastern Washington hosts Portland State at 4 on ESPN+. Central Washington home tomorrow night against Western New Mexico. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Washington State has a bye. Seahawks game with Sunday will stay on the same time that they originally set. Now that the Mariners playoff schedule is set, kickoff between the Seahawks and Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be at 1:05 in the afternoon on CBS. Rams went for it on 4th and 1 at the San Francisco 11-yard line in overtime. Came up short. That means they lost 26-23. The final San Francisco improved to 4-1 with the win. The Rams fell to 3-2. Arizona set to host Tennessee Sunday afternoon at 1:05. That's on CBS. Looks like the weather gods will grant us some football in the Wenatchee Valley tonight. The 2-1 Eastmont Wildcats host the 2-2 Wenatchee Panthers in the 19th version of the Bridge of Sportsmanship. The Wildcats have a 9-game winning streak against their Cross River rival. But Wenatchee coach Taylor Mitchell says he doesn't care about the rivalry.
Yeah, we just want to win. I don't care if we're playing Eastmont, Davis, West Valley. We want to win. It's another league opponent. These league games mean a lot to be able to make it to the next stage of your season and go to the playoffs. And so, yeah, it's a rivalry game, but I don't think it matters who it is. We want to beat them. Yeah, it means a lot to our kids. I think it's because they know, the kids that they're playing against. But it's another game on our season. Yeah, we want to win, but I want to win because it's our next opponent. That's it.
Eastmont coach Jay Foster says the Wildcats have to limit Wenatchee's key players.
They've got some players. And I don't mean that like negatively, like they don't or they shouldn't, but they've got some players. They've got some people that can make some things happen. The quarterback can throw the football. You know, they got a couple wideouts that can make some things happen. They got a couple big O linemen and D linemen that can create some havoc. So, you know, there's always somebody there. You know, one of the things we've always tried to do, regardless of who we play, is, you know, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses. We want to attack their weaknesses and try to minimize their strengths on both sides of the ball, and we'll continue to try to do that.
I had a chance to talk to Eastmont running back Bodie Yale about the 9-game winning streak for the Wildcats.
Is there a little, you know, fun smack talk? Is it serious? You know, what's happening this week?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, it's super fun just to play against your buds, and then but it's also serious because you do want to beat them. But no, it's just like a both, you know.
And you don't have to even probably think about it, but for them, for these seniors especially, they've never known a win against your team. That's got to be a little, like, disheartening, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know, if you put yourself in their position.
Yeah, I'd feel the same way. But I don't know. They're gonna show up. We got to show up too.
Wenatchee wide receiver Josiah Walker moved to the Valley 4 years ago and understands about this rivalry and what it means.
Is that way heavy on you guys? I mean, you got seniors here that have never beaten this club. You got guys that are cleared in elementary school that don't know about Wenatchee beating Eastmont. So does that weigh heavy, or is it just we need to just win a game?
Well, for me, at first, when I first moved here, I moved from Florida here. Freshman year, I didn't play any sports, but sophomore year, I came here and I seen like that we were all rivals with them. And I seen how they play, and I seen like how the players really feel about them. So me coming here and having to be on the team with them, I'm just ready to like make that change and have us actually beat them this year.
Join yours truly and Paul Collard for the pregame tonight at 6:30. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock at Wildcat Stadium. Rest of the Big Nine also in play tonight. Sunnyside at West Valley. Davis has a non-league game against Ephrata. Moses Lake is home against Eisenhower. Attention also focusing on the town of Royal tonight, where the defending state champion Knights, ranked 6th in this year's poll and 4-0 on the season, host the 15th rated and undefeated Kashmir Bulldogs. That kicks off at 7 o'clock in SCAC play. In other football coming up in the CWAC, it is, well, a game last night. Ellensburg beat Grandview 28-16. Quincy's hosting Prosser, while Ephrata is on the road at Davis. In the Caribou Trail League, it's still non-league play for these guys as Cascade hosts Tonasket, Okanagan's at Chelan, and Omak is at Brewster. For the B schools tonight, the action is already underway. Wapato hosting Moses Lake Christian. Etiette's at Pateras, Bridgeport at Oroville. Tonasket is on the road at Cascade, as we mentioned. Chelan's hosting Okanagan, Omak at Brewster, and Waterville Mansfield is at Soap Lake. If you want more on the prep football, go to our Prep Football Insider on our website, and the rest of the sports is right there for you too. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for our Friday night NCWLIFE evening news. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email us your news tips at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Casey Safford. Thanks so much for watching, and to my coworkers, I will miss you all dearly, maybe even Tucker. Now everyone go have a great weekend. Oh no! No! I thought, you know, keeping track of these was a joke. All right, great. All right, wow. All right, 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 great. All right, 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 Malcolm, that's great. 4 was Fiji.
Yeah, that's what he says, but I think you mixed them around.
I didn't mix them around.
So that
written on.
Just to try to annoy me.
I had to think about salting your water in 1 cup just to get a good reaction. I like the ascension actually.
Except it's Fiji. Or also known as Fuji. I can guess crappy water though, I guess.
I still wish we could have thrown tap water in the mix, but we have no water. and is designed to help ease the nursing shortage in North Central Washington. The money will go towards scholarships, new faculty positions, and support services to help nursing students. What are you doing?
Perfect.
Woo!
You did it. That's a newscast.
I did it.
I appreciate your work.
Finally.
Casey might not appreciate your work, but I do. Casey appreciates my work.
Casey does. Casey does, especially when